Oh, that's. And good morning, Tennessee Valley. It's a Monday morning, April the 1st, first day of April, and it's a wonderful day. It's going to be a wonderful day, a wonderful week. We just had Easter weekend, Good Friday, of course, last Friday, and we hope that you were able to enjoy the time off, that you were able to attend the church of your choice and worship, and now you're ready to get it cranked up and get this April going in the right direction. And we are hoping that April will be a whole lot warmer than March has been and all the others. My name is Alan Mincy. I'm your host for Tennessee Valley this morning. Every other Monday, alternating Mondays, I'm your host with my co-host, Lou, Live United Lou. And Lou decided that he would bring a friend with him who is wearing a Live United shirt. This is Little Lou, and this is Big Lou. So we wanted to give Big Lou a little bit of the spotlight. We've even got him mic'd up. He's a little shy. I don't think he has much to say. No, nothing from him, but we may get him to talk a little bit later in the show. Hey, today is the 1st of April. We want to keep you posted on a few things that are going on. We get the opportunity to talk about United Way a little bit, and some of our organizations that are our partners are involved in some things this week. First thing we want to mention is on Friday night at the Fine Arts Center at Bradley Central High School is So You Think You Have Talent. That's, you know, it's not the Joe Palo story. Right, Joe? Ha ha ha, we got a laugh track in the back. But it's a talent show that the Starfish program, which is a part of the Bradley Initiative for Church and Community, and one of our United Way partners is staging, and it's a fundraiser for the organization. So if you haven't purchased tickets are still on sale. That's $12 the day of the event, or the night of the event, I should say. I believe it begins at 6. But tickets are still available, so you can call BIC, the BIC offices, or you can go by the Chamber of Commerce to pick up a ticket, or you can come down to the United Way office, which is on Ocoee Street, 85 Ocoee Street Southeast, and we'll have tickets there leading up to the event. I talked with Corinne Freeman last week, and it sounds like they've got some great talent that are going to be featured, some great judges. I know Jermaine Perfory, I never can say Jermaine's name right, but Lee University graduate who was on American Idol will be there as one of the judges. So it looks like it's going to be a great time. So we hope that you will will go and enjoy your Friday night at So You Think You Have Talent. Coming up this coming weekend, we've got the Baby Fair going on down at the museum on Sunday. I know we're going to have a booth for the Imagination Library there. And, there's all sorts of things coming up this week, including this weekend, including a special event here at Cleveland State that we're going to be talking to Jana Pankey about a little bit later. And then we've got another event coming up, not this week, but the following weekend, the Great Strides that will be taking place in our community. And we've got a couple of students from Lee that are going to be talking about a special event they've got leading up to that. Now, I was going to tell you that the other folks that are going to be on the show today included Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert. They're going to be on the show. We also have Michelle Obama and I believe Mike Krzyzewski. Joe's still trying to work on putting that name in the lower quadrant there of the screen. But I would be lying, but I can do that because it's April 1st. It's April Fool's Day. So none of those folks are going to be here, but we do have Jana and Sarah and Brandy who are going to be here with us, and Big Lou and Little Lou. So we have a great show packed with a lot of information. We hope that you will stay tuned, and we will be right back with Sarah and with Brandy to talk about laces and races right after this message. Stay tuned.
Logan Thompson, attorneys at law, have built a firm offering quality legal services to the people and businesses of Southeast Tennessee. We have achieved expertise in all areas of law in order to represent our clients in a manner they need, deserve, and have come to expect. Logan Thompson, with 9 attorneys and an extensive and competent support staff, is available to provide representation in various legal areas, including family law, Social Security benefits, personal injury, criminal defense, workmen's compensation, as well as business and complex litigation matters. At Logan Thompson, we have been building a tradition of legal services for over 40 years. We have developed the finest legal services and are proficient in providing you with representation you can trust. Give us a call at 423-476-2251 to schedule your free consultation.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here. Doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
And welcome back to Tennessee Valley This Morning. I'm Alan Mincy, your host for this Monday morning show. And we have a couple of special guests with us that they just happened to be talked into coming on Tennessee Valley This Morning because their professor is my boss. So it sort of worked out well. But we have Sarah McNeil
Yes, sir.
and Brandy Keene, and they're both students And you're going to have to help me with the name of this this class that Dr. Matt Ryerson from United Way teaches over at Lee University. Sarah, what's the name of the class?
It's Board Development and Fundraising is the class.
And what are you learning? And I'm not picking on one or the other. Either of you can answer any questions, but what are you learning in this class?
We just learn kind of the back end of nonprofits. We learn how to fundraise and what goes into that and all the little details that you have to do, and what else did you say? How boards are supposed to be developed.
Okay.
So
why, Brandy, why do you pick a class like this? It doesn't sound like something that, oh, I'll just use this as an elective. You've got a reason to take this class. Is it something you want, and Sarah, that you guys want to get into the nonprofit field?
Yeah, with our program, it's mostly geared towards nonprofit work, so we kind of want to know how to do the organizational stuff before we go out into the real world and actually have to do it.
Okay. I think I've been to the class, and I think you actually have to maybe, do you create a nonprofit yourself?
essentially.
Or is it a class project where the class does one?
You
or?
do it yourself.
Okay. Have you guys already got your nonprofits in mind?
Yeah, that was in our last semester's class, which was nonprofit design and evaluation. We create our nonprofit, and then we kind of start the whole process of developing mission statements and bylaws. So we've done all that. So we've got the beginning, and now we're getting into the more specific parts of it, grants and fundraising and foundations and all the things. Yes, sir.
And of course, Dr. Ryerson knows all about these because he's been involved in the field for a long time. Not to, you probably haven't copywritten, I'm not sure the exact terminology for your plans, but can you tell the folks what your nonprofits are, or do you feel comfortable talking about them?
Sure. Mine is, I titled it the Isaiah Project, and I am gearing my mission towards widows and orphans in Southern Africa. So my mission is orphanages and homes and water and food for orphans and widows, and that's kind of the basic part of it.
Wow. Brandy?
Mine right now I'm calling Renovation, and it's working with foster kids and collaborating a bunch of different nonprofits and bringing them together to be most effective in helping foster kids get the resources they need.
Wow. That doesn't sound like it's something that happens overnight. You've got to put a lot of work into both of these. One of the things that you mentioned, though, that you learn in this class, you mentioned foundations, and of course foundations are where you guys go to try to find available funds to help you create these types of nonprofits. But you also are learning about fundraising.
Yes, sir.
And you folks are involved in a special project coming up a week from this Friday. I guess it's the 12th.
Yes, sir.
And Laces and Races, as it says there, Sarah, Brandy, Laces and Races, which is a cool title. So who wants to tell us about Laces and Races, what it is?
Okay, take it away.
Well, the Great Strides race is on Saturday to raise money for cystic fibrosis, and so we're throwing a pasta dinner the night before, which is the Laces and Races, tying their stories to ours, kind of bringing the community in, kind of educating them about cystic fibrosis and raising money for all the proceeds to go to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Okay.
Why Laces? I mean, why this organization? Why choose it? Is it because Lee has such a strong bond with the cystic fibrosis?
Yeah, that is a big part of it. Lee has raised money for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for years through Great Strides, and we have a personal connection tied with that with Jerome Hammond and his family's experience with cystic fibrosis. And so we've been closely connected with it, and so when we were talking about doing a fundraiser, this was just a really good opportunity for us to invest in that as well. So.
Now, Dr. Hammond, I'm sure, has come and spoken to your class before.
He has.
Just not about his family situation, but about his job is related to fundraising as well. So I'm sure that you've had a lot of folks that have come to your class that are experts in the field. But to work this into the project that you're working with just seemed like a natural connection.
Yes.
And my understanding is that Friday night that I worry sometimes I call people by their first name too much, But so Dr. Hammond will be speaking to the folks that are in attendance.
Yes.
And there's also going to be some ffun involved too. You got some entertainment coming.
We do.
And who are these folks?
The mailbox.
It's not Blake Shelton and Brandon.
or Michelle, no.
Okay.
It is the mailboxes. Cleveland's own the mailboxes, so they'll be playing live. And we are planning on getting another live band. We're still working out that as well, so there'll be lots of entertainment. We're going to have a silent art auction as well from students at Lee. And is it community or? So just kind of some art there that we're going to be raising money for the foundation as well that you can bid on and get to take home with you. Pasta dinner, Olive Garden will be sponsoring.
Ooh,
so
that's good.
Pasta and breadsticks and salad and so the whole theme of it is laces and races. So we're tying their stories to our own lives and our own community because there are people in our community that are dealing with this disease. So.
I also understand that it's going to be held at, I guess, I want to say the newest building on campus, but it seems like every time I turn around, they're building something new over there.
That's true.
But it's going to be at the Science and Math Center?
Yes, the great room.
Okay, and that is on the 3rd floor?
Yes.
Second floor, first floor?
Third
Third
floor.
floor.
Third floor.
Okay. It begins what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. And this is not just a Lee University event.
No,
this is for the entire public.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you need to RSVP or anything to that effect?
We're selling tickets. You can go to Facebook and just look up Laces and Races and you'll find our page and there's a link where you can buy tickets online.
Okay.
And you can also, you can go the night of, which is definitely okay. You can just go there if you can't get to the link somehow. You can also go to Lee University and get a ticket there. They'll give you a contact where you can reach one of us to get tickets. But yeah, so there's several ways you can do that.
Okay. Are you guys going to participate in the race?
Thinking about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've gone every year. Yeah. So I'll be there. I'll be there.
Okay. Well, I know that, and I started to say, I know that it's something that goes on in our community. It's gone on for several years, but I'm not even sure where it begins. Does it begin at Lee? Or
yeah, it's on campus. I know the last year you started in front of the Paul Kahn Student Union and you kind of registered there, and then you started your run on campus and then just went through the community. So.
Okay. That'll be great. That'll be great.
Definitely.
Can't wait for it. Now we're looking at April 12th.
April 12th.
6 o'clock, Laces and Races event. And I like what you've said here. It's not just Laces and Races, but it's Laces and Races tying their stories to ours.
Yes, sir.
So, and the laces has nothing to do with the pasta. It's not like, shoestring.
Right.
Pasta. I thought that'd be kind of cool too. We'll throw all that in there as well. How does Dr. Ryerson feel about this? Is he excited about it too?
He is. He's supporting us 100%. He thinks it's a great idea. He backs the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and Dr. Jerome Hammond and the whole Great Strides event that we have, and this is just, he's really for it. So.
Well, Dr. Hammond is on our board of directors. A great guy. Vanessa, his wife, very well familiar with her, and of course the Kahns have been very supportive of United Way, as has the whole school. Dr. Malden, the Video Production Center, they do our videos each year. So Ron and Jeff and Lee up there, and Jonathan, I don't need to leave him out as well. But we really appreciate the connection with Lee. Now you both are graduate students, and you've got these ideas in mind that you want to continue on with your nonprofits. Where do you go? When do you graduate?
December.
December. Okay, so you hit the ground running in December, or do you get it cranked up before that?
Yeah.
Or do you have to? You may have to have that little lull period while you're still working on it too.
It's important to try to get some ends and experience before you graduate. With nonprofit world, it's about connections and being able to meet with community leaders and to have a relationship with people so that they trust you to help with their organization. So it's really important to start before you graduate. So I think that we're both kind of trying to do that at this time.
Trying to get involved with some,
yes,
with some nonprofits in our community. That's great. That's great. Sarah, you were telling me you're from Huntsville.
I am.
And Brandy's from Danville, Virginia. what you guys are talking about, you know, doesn't really seem to hit. Well, now the orphans and things that could be something that would hit in Virginia or something like that. Yours, of course, Africa. Do you go home after graduating and try to get involved there? In your case, Brandy, I guess I should say.
No, I think I want to go to a bigger city like Nashville and try to find an organization there to get involved with. My sister lives there, so I kind of have a little bit of an in the city. So.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you guys have got your future planned out, and it's a future that is going to help a lot of folks. So, and Dr. Ryerson's class to be able to help you do that is just, and for Lee to, I think Dr. Milliron is the one who's really involved in that, to allow the school to allow you to learn about that through this class is just fantastic.
Definitely.
Got about a minute left. Let's run through this one more time.
Sure.
Laces and Races. What day?
April 12th.
Oh, this is good. We're doing it in unison. What time?
6 p.m.
Yeah, where?
The great room in the Math and Science building on campus at Lee.
Lee University. And it's to benefit?
Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Right, okay. And we'll have the mailboxes and possibly another musical group. Dr. Jerome Hammond will be there to talk about his family situation. If somebody else wants to speak about their situation, they can, they can do so.
We recommend that. That'd be great.
And last but not least, pasta.
Yeah, and then the
from
silent
Olive
art
Garden.
auction.
Laces and Races. It sounds great.
Yes.
I hope you get a big crowd for that, and I know they'll get a big crowd for the Great Strides.
Definitely.
So thank you both for being on. 6:30 in the morning on a Monday is not easy for those of us that are about twice your age, but it's not easy when you're a student to get up this early either. So thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
You can go back home, take a couple hours sleep, and then go back to class, I guess. But thank you once again for being on.
Thank you.
Sarah and Brandy with Laces and Races. So, folks, if you don't have anything going on that Friday night, I would go over and participate.
Yes.
Thanks again. We will be back right after these messages. We're going to be talking about the Multicultural Fair going on at Cleveland State this Saturday. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Logan Thompson, attorneys at law, have built a firm offering quality legal services to the people and businesses of Southeast Tennessee. We have achieved expertise in all areas of law in order to represent our clients in a manner they need, deserve, and have come to expect. Logan Thompson, with 9 attorneys and an extensive and competent support staff, is available to provide representation in various legal areas, including family law, Social Security benefits, personal injury, criminal defense, workmen's compensation, as well as business and complex litigation matters. At Logan Thompson, we have been building a tradition of legal services for over 40 years. We have developed the finest legal services and are proficient in providing you with representation you can trust. Give us a call at 423-476-2251 to schedule your free consultation.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
And welcome back to Tennessee Valley This Morning on this first morning of April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. If somebody says something to you today, you might want to take it with a grain of salt because they may just be pulling your leg, but let's hope not. Let's hope that even with it being April Fool's Day, nobody tries to zing you too bad. Gee, it's 6:30 in the morning. Actually, it's closer to 7. And I've already been zinged once or twice, so let's hope that people are nice to you today. Hey, with me, I have Heidi Klum.
No, I wish.
See, there we go. I
wish.
Yeah, there we go. April Fool's Day. No, we have Jana Pankey.
Mm-hmm.
I am saying that right, Jana.
You are.
Okay, Jana Pankey, and she is here at Cleveland State. She is associate professor. Let's make sure I get that right. With the Human Services Social Work Program here, and the project director, is that?
Project director.
Okay. So I asked her to come on, not to necessarily talk about that department, though we may get into a little bit of that later. But there's a special event coming up on Saturday, and we were trying to think, we don't really have a big snazzy name for it or anything like that.
We need a snazzy name.
A snazzy name. We need a snazzy name. But the Multicultural Fair will be taking, and it's the 6th annual, I understand.
Yes, it's the 6th
will be
annual.
taking place here on the Cleveland State campus this coming Saturday. So I asked Jana to come on and tell us a little bit about it. So first off, what's happening Saturday? What is this?
Actually, this idea developed in a cultural diversity course that I taught in 2008. The students said we really need a multicultural fair and an opportunity for students and the community to get together and be exposed to different cultures. And so this idea developed into what we now are in our 6th year of the Multicultural Fair. We were able to get a Tennessee Board of Regents Access and Diversity Grant several years ago, and so that is how we've been funded, and we've brought several speakers to our event, and also entertainment, ethnic cuisine. We just have a little bit of everything. It's a free event every year, and it's grown to around 400 to 500 people attend. Wow. We started out on Thursday, and we've moved it to a Saturday event so more people could attend from the community, and it's just grown, and it's just a wonderful event to participate in and to get to be a part of.
Well, I know we talked earlier about the Starfish program and BIC, and BIC was involved with the Festival of Cultures.
Correct.
And then it sort of moved away.
Right.
And we had that lull period, I guess. And then I want to say the Ocoee Regional Multicultural ORMS, I can't remember what S stood for. Services or something. Was involved a little bit. And then Cleveland State has started doing this multicultural fair.
And we've actually gone to some of the meetings of ORMS and asked for their feedback, and they've been very supportive. I actually went to BIC and met with Brenda Hughes and said, what did the Festival of Cultures, what all did they offer, and what can we do to keep an event like this going in our community? So we've been able to do that, And like I say, it's just an event that's grown in popularity, and we really enjoy it. I have lots of volunteers, students, faculty, staff, community members, students from the high school, different high schools participate, so it's just really a great thing.
I don't think people in Cleveland generally know how many different cultures we have.
Right.
And the last I heard is, I want to say, I want to throw 60 out there, 70, and then I want to say 90, and I can't remember what the number is.
I know the last information I received was 61 identified different cultures in Cleveland alone. We actually have around 39 to 40 different countries represented in our student population here on campus.
Okay.
A lot of people think of Cleveland State Community College as just the community college or just a local college, but we actually have a lot of students that are from different countries. And so that's represented in our Parade of Nations that we have at the Cultural Fair too. So they carry their country's flag and participate.
And I haven't been to one of the multicultural fairs here, but I have been to Festival of Cultures, and that is just, you know, awe-inspiring to watch them all
really
walking
is.
with their flags, their traditional dress, and the people that are there just applauding.
Right.
It's not a matter of, oh, there's that country, we don't like that country, you know, whatever like that. Everybody seems to get behind everybody because they know we're all here in this community trying to make it a better community, regardless. So I do miss my Russian bakery though.
Oh.
The ones that did the night and day cake, Lydia's. I love those folks. But well, this is coming up Saturday. I believe it starts at 10. Is that when the festival? What do you call it? Parade of Nations.
Parade of Nations
begins.
Right. This Saturday, April 6th, at 10 o'clock, we'll have opening ceremonies. We're doing it a little bit different this year. We decided to have a native tongues presentation. So some of the participants in the Parade of Flags will also be, or Parade of Nations, will also be going up on stage, and in their native language, they will say their name, the country that they're from, and also welcome to the Multicultural Fair. So that's a new thing that we have this year. And then the Parade of Nations will take place, and we used to have the fair outside. Now we have it in the gymnasium because we never know this time of year what the weather's going to do.
We've seen that, yes.
So they'll actually march from outside into the gymnasium and present the flags on the stage, and that's a very moving, just a moving event for so many people. And they announce the countries that they represent, and they place their flag, and then those flags are left on display. And I was trying to think, after the Parade of Nations, then the exhibits will open.
Okay.
And we have around 25 exhibits or exhibitors that are students, individual students, student clubs, and that are here on campus, individuals just in the community that want to participate, and they are very interactive exhibits. They have lots of different food items to taste. A lot of times they are in their traditional dress, and so that's really neat to see. They do their own displays. Some of them do crafts at their exhibits, and so we have, like I say, around 25, 26 exhibits. And then at 11:15, we will start serving food, and Caesar Thomas with Food is Good, Fig Catering. We'll be doing our catering again this year, so that's always a favorite for everyone. And
the man can cook.
Right.
Yes.
And they get a sampling of just all different types of food. It's not just your standard tacos and nachos and things like that. It's food that we normally would not be exposed to. So they can have a sampling of those food items, and so that's really enjoyable. Like I say, everything is free. We have entertainment throughout the fair. We will have our Cleveland State Vocal Rhapsody will be performing, the Cleveland State Chorus.
Great.
We have Filipino dancers this year. We also have the St. Therese Spanish youth dancers, and that's always a favorite. And we will have the Cleveland the Cleveland Community Jazz Band. Will be here too,
so. Nancy Kaysen always talking about the jazz band. So sounds like a great event. And you say it's free to the public.
It's free to the public.
And it starts at 10. When do it probably ends at?
Yeah, usually we give the door prizes away, and that's something that's neat too. The participants will get to carry a passport around, and they'll get little stamps at each exhibit booth that they visit, and then that They fill out a survey, and that is put in for a drawing at the end of the fair. And usually around 12:30 is when we do the door prize drawings. They have to be present to win, but it's really neat because this year we're giving away an iPad mini tablet.
Cool.
And some other door prizes, gift cards, different food baskets, things like that.
You know, I think a trip around the world would
I
be great.
know.
Wouldn't
I
that
wish
be
we
great?
would have that donated. That would be
Yeah,
great.
it's just a little bit more than folks are able to donate. This sounds great, and I know there's other things that are taking place and leading up to that.
Yes.
And I want to talk about that.
Okay.
But we're going to take a break for another commercial break. Come back, and Jana's going to tell us a little bit more about what's coming up. We've got a special guest speaker coming up, and a photography contest that we want to mention too. So we'll be back to talk a little bit more about the Multicultural Fair right after these messages. So stay tuned.
Logan Thompson, attorneys at law, have built a firm offering quality legal services to the people and businesses of Southeast Tennessee. We have achieved expertise in all areas of law in order to represent our clients in a manner they need, deserve, and have come to expect. Logan Thompson, with 9 attorneys and an extensive and competent support staff, is available to provide representation in various legal areas, including family law, Social Security benefits, personal injury, criminal defense, workmen's compensation, as well as business and complex litigation matters. At Logan Thompson, we have been building a tradition of legal services for over 40 years. We have developed the finest legal services and are proficient in providing you with representation you can trust. Give us a call at 423-476-2251 to schedule your free consultation.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here. Doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Welcome back once again to Tennessee Valley This Morning. Alan Mincy on this early morning, April 1st, with Jana Pankey, who works here at Cleveland State. But we were talking earlier, we're both Cleveland State graduates as well.
We are.
You're a graduate from the 80s. and I'm a
Don't
graduate.
tell my age.
And I'm not. I didn't say which part of the 80s, and I'm a graduate from the 70s, and I will tell that it's the late 70s for me. So we don't want anybody to think that you know, early 70s. The gray hair betrays me, but we are both Cleveland State grads, and now you have been here at Cleveland State how long?
I've been at Cleveland State since 2004.
Okay, okay. So you're looking toward your 10-year anniversary.
I
coming up
am.
Very soon, very soon.
Good place to work.
It is. It's a great, and they do a lot for our community. We were talking with Sarah and with Brandy from Lee University about how much Lee does in our community. Cleveland State equally does a lot in our community. Dr. Hyde is very community-minded, and you've got a lot of good folks over here and you got rid of the bad folks like David Watts and Jim Sigley. I know those guys real well.
They're enjoying retirement now.
Well, I get to see David Watts. He comes down and works with us a little bit at the United Way some too. But we were talking about the Multicultural Fair, and we've got a couple of events that are coming up prior to that. One, I believe it's the 4th, so it will be this Thursday?
It'll be this Thursday.
And it's a special guest speaker you've got coming in.
Yes, because we do get funding from our Access and Diversity Grant through Tennessee Board of Regents, we are able to bring some nationally known speakers in. In the past, we've had John Quiones, the journalist that is with the What Would You Do program. And Herman Boone, who was the inspiration for the Remember the Titans. He was the coach that was inspired that movie.
Right.
And last year we had Paul Rusesabagina, who was the inspiration for the Hotel Rwanda movie.
I'm inspired that you can just say the names.
I know,
yes.
but we have had some wonderful speakers in the past. This year is a speaker that we have wanted to bring on our campus before. And so we've gotten the opportunity to bring her. She's available, and we're bringing her to campus this Thursday, April 4th, and that'll be leading up to the multicultural event. Her name is Zoni Gorman, and her father was Dr. Carl Gorman, and he was one of the original 29 code talkers. That was a Navajo Native American, and they spoke the Navajo language in order to transmit, if you say, the different, some of the top secret or classified information to our troops during World War II.
Because our normal codes were being broken.
Right. And no one could break the Navajo code. It's a very complex language. And so she is going to talk about just the history of that, and also some personal stories that she has to share about her father, and just a very inspirational speaker, and we're excited to bring her in.
That's really interesting. And she'll be here Thursday. What time?
Thursday night. She'll be speaking at 7 o'clock to 8:15, and then there'll be a reception to follow from 8:15 to 9 o'clock. And it will be in the George Johnson Cultural Heritage Center, the theater there, and on campus. So, and like I say, people get to meet with her, talk with her at the reception. Usually there's a question and answer session after she speaks. So we're just very excited about that. Some of our history folks, history professors, will be showing clips of the movie Wind Talkers with Nicolas Cage, and that was based on the Code Talkers. So
is there a cost involved?
There's no cost. There's no tickets. Just first come, first served.
Fantastic.
First come gets the best seats. So there's no tickets for any of the events.
And how many people will the auditorium seat?
The auditorium actually will seat around, I think it's around 495 people. And then it's a good problem to have, but if we do run out of seating, we do have an overflow area that the video will be streamed, so they can sit in that overflow area and also hear her speak and meet her afterwards.
Don't worry that there's not, how do I say this, that there's not going to be seats available. 495, there are probably going to be seats available. But come as quickly as you can.
Come as early as you can.
To get those good seats.
We'll probably have volunteers there as early as 6 o'clock to help seat people and accommodate them.
And what time is it again?
Actually, she speaks from 7 o'clock to 8:15. And then the reception 8:15 to 9.
Sounds great. Also, we mentioned the Multicultural Fair, and you've got a special part of that event that's taking place that you have I guess for lack of a better term, a deadline set for this Wednesday.
That's right.
So we need to go ahead and promote this as much as we can right now. and it's a photography contest.
Yes, and this is another event that's new to our fair this year. We are having an amateur photo contest, and we have actually 5 different categories. We have a category Americana. We have Beyond Our Borders. We have People to People. We have a category for budding photography artists that are for people that are 17 and under that can they enter. And also our faculty and staff has a category. So there's actually 5 different categories, and you can submit up to 3 photographs in the categories, and you submit those digitally. So if you'll go on the Cleveland State website, there's information there, and you can also view the photos that have already been submitted at I think it's CSCC WordPress.
Okay, I've got CSCC photo.
Photo WordPress. Okay.
.wordpress.com. There we go.
So, and you can see what's already been submitted, and the deadline is April 3rd, which is this Wednesday.
Right.
And so we certainly want as many photographs as possible. Even though they're submitted digitally, what we're going to do is print those photographs on 8x10 photo paper, and those will be displayed at the fair and will be judged at the fair by the fair attendees. So you want to make sure that you pick your best photograph and the one that you want to win.
It doesn't have to be a recent photo.
It doesn't have to be a recent photo.
Okay, so if you took a trip to India back in 2010,
right,
and you get a great picture there that you think would fit into this, Beyond Our Borders maybe would be a special one for that. Or if it's a person, you know, that, you know, working. So it seems, and then you've got these Americana, if you've traveled the country here, and hey, I've got this great picture of Mount Rushmore I'd love to turn in, you know.
So
that's what, there's all sorts of different areas that they can submit it to. Okay.
And one good thing about the photo contest too is the best in show, the viewer's choice, that's like I say voted on at the or judged at the fair, will actually win a $300 Nikon camera, so digital camera. So that's a great thing to, and then there'll be individual prizes for first, second, and third.
Fantastic. So you guys have really put a lot of work into this.
About that. And Rebecca Tedesco, one of our library staff, she has been so instrumental in planning the photography contest, and she's got a blog, and she set up the links and everything, so that's who that would be submitted to. But like I say, there's all that information is on our website.
Okay, sounds great. I hope you get a lot of entries. Now, I take photos as part of my job. Am I considered an amateur or
a
professional?
Know. I'm not sure. You'd have to check the contest rules.
I bet you if I was to turn something in and say, I'm turning this in just because I don't really necessarily want to win the contest, but I just want people to see my photos, I could do that too and say, please don't put me in the competition. Let somebody that is an amateur. But I'm looking forward. I'm going to come over and look at those photos.
Right. Well, and actually the winner will be, or the winners will be displayed in our library.
Okay.
So, and like I said, it's really neat that the fair participants get to judge the photographs, because I think that even makes it even more interactive, and so they feel like that they've been a part of that. So.
And who knows, maybe when this is over, you guys might do some type of video feature of what took place, and you'll show these, or put them on on your website or something like that.
Certainly, we could do that.
That's great. Everybody loves to let people see their pictures, the ones they're proud of, especially.
So, one other thing, and this will just because it's like a week of diversity basically at Cleveland State, is starting on Monday. It's already set up in the Student Center. People can participate in, and there's no cost involved for this either. It's called the Race Experience, and it's actually a kiosk machine that people can go in and they can have their photograph taken and see what they would appear to look like as a different race or a different culture. And the educational component of that is that there actually is written information that's printed out that tells about that particular race or culture. So it's something that a lot of our students are excited to participate in. And when they were setting the machine up, Natalia Williams, who is over our diversity initiatives here at the college, she said people were already lining up to have that done, and even the truck driver that brought that machine in said, I'd like to do this, can I do this? So it's kind of neat.
So it was set up a little bit last week, and then today is when it's really, with this being Monday, it's really ready to. Now, that's for the general public too.
It is. It'll be in our student center, but they're welcome to come in and do that. Like I say, today, April 1st through really through the fair, through April 6th, it'll be available for them.
Got to talk to Dr. Hyde about getting some more visitor parking out in front of the building so we can come over and do things like that. But, you know, regardless, that sounds like something really,
it is.
you know, I wonder what I would look like as a, you know, I don't even know what I want to look like, you know. You know, until I get there, I don't have an idea. And you can do more than one, I guess.
Right. I think that actually, I believe the ones, and you can go on YouTube and type in the race experience, and it'll show this particular machine or piece of equipment that's being used at the different universities. And it's a traveling type of exhibit, but it's actually Asian American, Hispanic American, African American, Caucasian, or European American. Those are the ones that I'm real familiar with, that they actually do the images.
Can I type in Caucasian and make myself look better than I do?
I don't know.
I wonder that. I like
or
that.
younger. Maybe I could make myself look younger.
There we go. And then I could submit that to the photo contest. And this is, you know, Americana or trying to think. No, there's nothing on there for fantasy. This is great. Once again, Multicultural Fair, 10 o'clock Saturday. Cleveland State Community College's L. Quentin Lane Gymnasium. This Thursday night, our special guest speaker, Ms. Gorman.
Zoni Gorman.
And the photo contest, which we want to make sure that you get those entries in by Wednesday.
By Wednesday, April 3rd.
Okay, so we've got a full week of activities.
We do.
And you still have to teach, don't you, this week?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your program.
Well, actually,
because I'm not familiar with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
the social work program, we developed the social work program in 2004 into a transferable program because social work is a 4-year degree, so they get their first 2 years here, graduate with an associate degree with a social work emphasis, and then they transfer to any of the senior colleges, UTK, UTC, Southern Adventist University, Dalton State, ETSU, MTSU, that all have accredited colleges of social work. We have around 75 to 80 students right now currently enrolled that have declared that as a major, and there's a lot of misconceptions about social work. A lot of people think that you just work in Department of Children's Services or Child Protective Services, which that is an employment opportunity that social workers have, but basically you'll find social workers in healthcare, in the correctional system, working with people with developmental disabilities, working with the elderly populations, home health, hospice, in the school systems. So really social work is a very broad degree, and certainly their jobs are out there, and so I'm really proud of our program and proud of our students, and we do a lot of service-oriented activities within our classes. We're always doing a lot of service learning. We just collected items for our local domestic violence shelters. And we're always, like I said, we did a free store back in the fall where we identified a low-income community and opened up a free store to the residents there and said, come in and just get what you need. We had donations and we have a very active social work club and just do a lot of different things, and it's definitely a calling as far as the profession. It takes a special student, special person, because it's not a very lucrative profession, but it certainly has its rewards and its challenges.
There is a reason they call it nonprofit.
So, right.
In a lot of cases. How did you get involved with this? Were you in social work prior to?
I was. I got my degree here in criminal justice because there wasn't a social work program at the time. And I took a part-time job at the local hospital and saw what the social worker did there. And I thought, gee, that's something maybe I want to do that instead of the criminal justice aspect of employment. And so I picked up human services and social work as a secondary degree at Tennessee Wesleyan College, and then went ahead and got my master's in social work at UT, and it just kind of developed from there. I started teaching part-time at Lee, and they have a human service minor there, and that just evolved into teaching social work, but I did direct practice in healthcare for quite a while. I was at Bradley Memorial Hospice for several years. Loved hospice.
Sure.
Loved what their service provides.
I guess that was back when Larry was there.
It was.
And Carolyn.
Larry Ingram, Carolyn Moore was my supervisor. So wonderful people.
Oh,
and,
yeah, we miss Larry.
So, but really enjoyed my work there. And then I had twin sons, so I stayed home for a little while and just taught part-time. And so
it does put a little bit of an emphasis, you know,
Right.
where you have to, especially twins.
So, but it's a wonderful profession. I enjoy teaching, and just like I say, the program has really grown, and we're real proud of what we have here and what we can offer the students. It's a good foundation for them to be able to transfer and get their bachelor's in social work.
How does someone find out about this? Do they just go to the website? Can they find out more about it?
They can.
Do you go around to the local high schools and talk to them about this when you have career days or whatever?
We participate in the career fairs here. We have our recruitment office certainly advertises the different programs that we have at Cleveland State, and they can always contact me. It is on the website, the information is, and so if they're interested in counseling or working in the social services field, it's certainly a good start.
I bet there's some folks that we work with through United Way that have gone through your classes here at Cleveland State. So you must have done a good job with us since we're able to work with them. Well, that sounds like a great field to get into.
It is.
Like you say, it's a calling.
It is a calling.
It's not a money making necessarily. You know, if you want to make money, you get into maybe finance or whatever like that. I don't know. But teachers and social workers and clergy and those folks, they get into it because they have that calling.
Right, it is definitely a calling.
Okay, once again, we're about to run out of time. Let's one more time, we're going to tell you about this multicultural fair because we want to get number of people at the multicultural fair. 6th annual multicultural fair, Saturday, Cleveland State Community College. No cost.
No cost.
No cost.
Everything's free.
No parking tickets.
No parking tickets.
You have to find a parking place. I don't know if they've got baseball going on that day or.
I'm not sure.
Or
I know our basketball season, I believe, is over, but
but
baseball is going strong.
Yeah, Cleveland State's always got great baseball teams too, and a lot of support. But 10 o'clock here on campus, and like you say, all sorts of cultures will be featured. Food, you'll get to taste different types of food. You'll get to learn more about different cultures in our community. And it's, you know, and get to sign up for door prizes.
That's true.
Good
door prizes.
Good door prizes. And then we've got the special speaker on Thursday.
On Thursday.
7 o'clock. And you say it's at the George Johnson?
It's at our, you're right, George R. Johnson Cultural Heritage Center, which is our auditorium or theater.
And that is on the south part.
Right. It's actually, the gym is on one end of the campus and the theater's on the other end. So, but there will be directional signs, and anyone on campus you can ask.
And get there early to get good seats for that. And don't forget the photo contest. And come over to Cleveland State and do the race experience.
Yes, the race experience. It's in our student center, which is kind of in the center of our campus. So anyone can participate in that.
Fantastic. Sounds like you got a full week planning, which you've already done a lot of planning, but a full week of work ahead. And then Saturday, what are you going to do on Sunday?
I'm going to rest.
I thought so.
I have a planning committee though they're just wonderful. I couldn't do this without lots of volunteers and lots of help.
Fantastic. Well, I know it's going to be very successful. I'm going to try to come over and grab some pictures.
Good. You need to do that.
Myself, because I always loved the Festival of Culture. So I'll be there. So we'll and we hope we have a big crowd. So
wonderful.
Jana, thanks for coming on and talking about the multicultural fair. Thanks to Sarah and Brandy for coming on and talking about the Laces and Races for Great Strides for Cystic Fibrosis. It's been a good program. We hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back in a couple of Mondays, and until then, remember it's April Fool's Day. Don't believe everything you hear today, okay? Except if you hear it on our show, okay? See you later, guys. Bye-bye.